The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. I'm Pinky Webb. Today on the program, a military official urges actress Liza Soberano to cut her ties from a women's group but denies that he is red tagging the actress. But netizens view the AFP official's comment as a threat, and some lawmakers say the statement is uncalled for and unacceptable. And later, Liza Soberano's camp speaks up, denouncing the red tagging on the actress on social media after her expressing her advocacy. National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict spokesperson Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr. and lawyer of actress Liza Soberano, Attorney Juanito Lim, join us live. Malacanang comes to the defense of the armed forces of the Philippines. Presidential spokesperson Harry Roque says the AFP only expressed its concern for celebrities Liza Soberano and Miss Universe Catriona Gray in case left-leaning groups take advantage of them. Meanwhile, Soberano's camp denounces the alleged red tagging issue. In a statement, Soberano's legal counsel says the actress remains to be apolitical. Let's go straight to the sources of the story. First, we have National Task Force to End Local Communist Armed Conflict spokesperson Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade Jr. And later we're going to speak to the lawyer of actress Liza Soberano, Attorney Juanito Lim. First off, Lieutenant General Parlade, welcome to the source, sir, and maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Thank you, Karen. Oh, sorry, Pinky.
Sir, this is Pinky. Okay, sir, so let's start with this. Just to understand it better, tell me the context of the statement you issued on Liza Soberano on the FB page of the NTF-ELCAC.
Okay, I was looking at the thread of the netizens, the conversations of the netizens, and apparently they were bashing Liza Soberano because of her participation in the webinar. So they were making comments like, Liza Soberano, NPA or terrorista or what, boycott Liza Soberano. So I said, I think these people, the netizens, don't understand what Liza Soberano is trying to advocate. And they don't understand that you don't have, you are not a communist terrorist by simply expressing your sentiments, simply by expressing advocacy towards defending women's rights. So yun yung linya ko doon. I think, sabi ko, we should come in, if not only to educate Liza Soberano about the nature of this Gabriela, and also the netizens. Kasi unfair dun kay Liza Soberano, dun sa mga sinasabi ng mga netizens about Liza Soberano, which I think is not really true. Now, red baiting or red tagging, I did not red tag Liza Soberano. I think those making those statements did not read my entire statement. In fact, palagay ko nga they are basing their statements on second-hand sources, probably dun sa article ng Philippine Star or ng Rappler, statements of people who do not even understand the context of this issue. So,
okay.
So definitely, I did not red tag Liza Soberano. In fact, I came in to defend her position. That it's okay. It's okay to defend, to be an activist and to defend women's rights. But it's not right that we don't inform Liza Soberano about this, the nature of this Gabriela youth, to which she was engaging with in that webinar.
Okay, so I understand what you're saying. So a lot of follow-up questions, sir. In an earlier interview, you already called Gabriela a terrorist organization, but I'm going to go there later. First is this. If you were defending Liza and you wanted to educate her on what Gabriela is and what you were calling its underground organization, why not speak to her privately, sir? And why did you have to issue your statement on the Facebook page of NTF-ELCAC?
if you do that, then you are not able to send the message to these netizens who are bashing her. So you only address one side, which is Liza Soberano. But what about the other netizens who don't understand the nature of this duplicity of the Gabriela and the Communist Party of the Philippines? So you have to go to that platform in order to educate as much people as you can about this revolutionary dual tactics of Gabriela and the Communist Party of the Philippines.
Okay, sounds good, sir. Yung first line ninyo na, well, part of your statement rather, let us not red tag Liza Soberano. It's not fair to her. She is merely supporting the advocacy for women's rights. She has to be protected in the exercise of her rights. I guess, General, this is where the confusion or the assumption came in when you said, is she an NPA? No, of course not. Not yet.
Yes, I have to make that statement because that's what I saw in the netizens' responses. They are claiming that Liza Soberano is a terrorist, an NPA. So that's not fair. So I have to ask that question in order to answer it appropriately and accurately. But I'd like to clarify this. If we are not going to do this, if we are not going to do our job of educating our people about this modus operandi of the Gabriela, then the same fate will happen to Liza Soberano as it did to Joe Lapira, Ren Manalo, as well as many of these Gabriela youth members who ended up becoming NPAs and getting killed in encounters with government forces. So that's my only that's my only intention there, to clarify and put it in context the direction that this association with these organizations is going through.
Let's look at the facts, though, General Parlade. She spoke on women's and children's rights in a webinar of Gabriela Youth. My question is, dahil ho ba nagsalita siya, sharing her experience and fighting for women's and children's rights before a webinar of Gabriela Youth, does that necessarily make her, connect her to the group? Parang affiliated na ho ba siya sa grupo dahil inimbitahan po siyang magsalita?
Of course not. Of course not. And I did not say it. And I guess you're probably your reference on that is the other news the news articles released by Rappler and Philippine Star. They've all truncated these my statements to suit their agenda. I don't know what's their agenda, but really that's not the entire story. So that's why I have to clarify this. And one of these. Thank you for inviting me in this program, because it's now our chance to clarify things. And it's also good that you have invited Atty. Lim, because we just spoke yesterday, and I saw the message of attorney. Their intention of sending us a thank you message for defending Liza Soberano. Now, my point is like this: if the family, if the attorney, the legal advisor of Liza Soberano looks at it this way, they are thanking me. So how come these people are interpreting this action of mine differently?
That's a fair assessment. Let me just ask you about that. Si Atty. Lim, what happened, sir? Tumawag ho ba siya sa inyo o kayo ho ba ang tumawag sa kanya, and what was the conversation like?
They sent a letter, they sent a message through Messenger, Jun Lim, and that's how I came to know that he was trying to reach out to me. So he gave his number, and then he put there the message, which is really to express our. I can read it to you if you want.
Please do, sir.
Okay. Dear Sir, Madam, that's coming from Jun Lim, Atty. Lim. I write as counsel for Miss Liza Soberano. I wish to send a personal letter of thanks to Major General Parlade for his recent statement defending our client from alleged association with some leftist group. May I ask for the complete postal mailing address of AFP Solcom? Should Major General Parlade desire to discuss this matter more extensively, I may be reached at this number. Thank you. So what do you think of this letter, Pinky? So, well,
Opo.
now that
In fact,
I
I'll
learned
have
about
to,
that, I
in
was
fact, sir,
actually on my way to an area with poor signal. That's why I decided to call Attorney Lim. And that was already around
and then what
5:30.
was the conversation like?
Yes, the same. We discussed about this, and I explained to her that the family has nothing to worry about this red tagging issue. And I think this is a good opportunity to clarify really from the bashers that that it's not us who red tag them. And
Yeah.
we agreed and we understood each other that really the intention, our intention of defending Liza Soberano is pure and simple.
Okay. Do you think, though, sir, there could have been a problem with the composition of this statement you made on the FB page? Because it was very clear in the beginning, and I understand what you're saying, and I will admit, sir, that I also heard the interview of Attorney Lim a while ago. Nagpapasalamat nga ho siya. That's confirmed, and I spoke to him before this interview. Pero ang lumalabas ho kasi, let me bring this in. So, maybe for context, yung pong meron ho kasing concerned artists of the Philippines, ang sabi po nila, the leap of logic is not concern for Liza. It's another way of intimidation and red tagging, plain and simple. Parang ang lumalabas ho kasi, if I were to analyze this, sinasabi niyo po in the beginning, don't red tag her. Hindi po yan tama. She has a right to express her sentiments and her advocacies. Pero siguro, sir, nung pumunta na doon sa part na, is she an NPA? No, not yet. Siguro that's where the question mark and the doubts were raised. And then, siguro, it could be, sir, that there could have been a threat, could be a veiled threat of some sort, one way or another. Kasi, sinabi kasi, pagka hindi ka nag-abdicate, hindi mo i-renounce tong grupong to, you will suffer the same fate of Deputy Secretary General of Joe Lapira. Yun po yun eh. Siguro yung context o pagkasunod-sunod ng mga statements ninyo. And then after that, is this. The choice is yours, Liza, and so with Catriona. Don't follow the path of Kaela Colmenares Locsin, who took in the underground in NPA Quezon. I'm sure Angel Locsin and Nery Colmenares will not tell you this. Do you just feel that there could have been a problem with your structuring or how you meant this statement of yours?
Okay, let me mistake this, Pinky. If I wrote it otherwise, we won't be here. We won't be speaking here. There will be no controversy. That message will get lost somewhere. But that's exactly the purpose of that message. And it's not a threat. It's a warning. It's like saying, okay, parating si Typhoon Pablo, everybody, please secure your property, go to some safe place. It's the same. We are warning our people, our netizens, of this organization that's about to deliver us to this disaster. Wala namang pinagkaiba yan. So it's not a threat. It's not a threat, Pinky. And I'd like to clarify warning. Also that the reason why it appears as a threat is because that's the way they contextualize my statement. That's the way Rappler framed my statement, and that's the way Philippine Star framed my statement. You read their statements, and really,
Sir,
if you're going to
General,
just depend on those statements, on their press release, then you'll really be convinced that I was threatening them. No, I didn't.
With all due respect, sir, even netizens were alarmed with this statement. Ano po? And in fact, sabi nyo nga, it's good you compose it this way. Otherwise, it would really not have any traction. Pero yung pong, you cannot force or people to understand it one way or another. That's why we're clearing this up. But we can't just go, sir, to Rappler and Philippine Star because even netizens were alarmed by this statement of yours. I'm sure you saw it on social media, General Parlade.
Yes, and when you say netizens, you're only reading the reactions, the negative reactions of netizens. You're not saying something about the positive reaction of netizens. See, it's all about perspective. Your position depends on where you sit. Your position on this issue
Opo.
depends on your agenda. And our agenda is to make sure that our netizens, our people, our children, our women are protected. So yun lang yun, Pinky. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
And sabi ko nga, many of these critics are actually making those statements without even reading the complete statement that I gave, probably referring only to the truncated statements of all this media.
So, to be very clear about this, and because the lawyers, sir, of Liza Soberano even thanked you, I'm assuming, sir, that apology or a you clarified it, well and good, but apology is not in order because there are some sectors asking for an apology on your end, from your end, rather.
Who's asking for apology from my end?
There are netizens, sir, and even two senators who called you out on this statement of yours. I know you know what Senator Risa was saying and even Senator Kiko Pangilinan. Let's bring that in. Ano ba ang nangyari? Nakikipagkwentuhan lang si Liza. Binanata na ng kamatayan. Siya na nga ang binastos at binantaan ng rape. Tatakutin pa. And then it says that the Armed Forces of the Philippines is the protector, not oppressor of the people. And then of course, you have Senator Risa Ontiveros ulit, huwag mong gamitin ang kapangyarihan mo bilang general upang takutin at pagbantaan ang kababaihang ito. Your threats are harassment are unacceptable. And then as I read earlier, sir, the concerned artist of the Philippines is also asking to retract and apologize to Liza, Catriona, Gabriela Youth, Angel, and Ella Colmenares, sir, and the other people mentioned in your statement.
Yeah, and as I was telling you, many of these critics, many of those who made their statements are not aware of the entire statement that I gave. They are relying only on what they read from the other news sources. So again, I'm telling you, and I don't need to apologize. Why should I apologize? I don't have any intention of hurting Liza Soberano or even, like I said, I didn't red tag her. And I'm telling you, the rape case is a totally different issue, and they're trying to connect it here. And we are all sensitive with this rape. And Pinky, I hope the netizens are also aware that I also have daughters and I have sisters. So we all have women in our family, and we are supposed to defend. We're supposed to defend them, and that's what we're doing. But for them to twist my statements, that's another issue, and I cannot do anything about that. And this is a good forum for us to be able to clarify things.
Okay. General, one last question because I need to go to Attorney Lim already, and I really have to pause for a commercial. Isang mabilis lang po. Do you feel that you need to possibly issue another statement? Because this really started, the meat of all this is the red tagging of Liza Soberano after she attended that webinar. Ano po? Do you feel that there should be more context in a sense that issue another statement to warn people also not to red tag people like Liza Soberano? Pero parang yun po ang magiging buod nung statement at wala na po yung Gabriela, yung NPA, etc. Para lang pong matigil din yung maybe, sir, the harassment that Liza Soberano felt after attending that webinar.
Yes, we'll probably do that. And yeah, we're going to do that. What we're doing now is actually part of this to clarify things, but we can issue another statement. And by the way, Karen, it's not only Attorney Lim who called on us. The relatives of Attorney Lim in the U.S. called on other officials of the government, thanking us for the information that we've sent through the NTF LCAC with those pictures of Gabriela Youth members who were killed. And I gave you that, Pinky, if you can just flash it, just to make sure that the people understand what we are talking about. There are so many of them, members of Gabriela Youth, who were killed with the NPAs. And that's why we need to inform our netizens that we have to inform Liza, as well as the other young children out there, that the agenda of this Gabriela Youth is totally different from the advocacy that they're trying to express there in that webinar.
General Parlade, I really hope we have more time, pero naubos na po yung ating oras. I'd like to thank you just the same for clarifying this issue and explaining this issue to us, Lieutenant General Antonio Parlade. Sir, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Pinky.
And next, we're going to hear from the camp of Liza Soberano. After the break, this is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Now we speak to the lawyer of Liza Soberano, Attorney Juanito Lim. Attorney Lim, welcome to The Source, and also maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Salamat po. Good morning.
Attorney Lim, kinuwento na po ni
Hello.
General Parlade that you can hear me, that you messaged him on FB. And basically, let's hear your side of the story.
Right.
We heard his, General Parlade's. So kayo po nag-reach out kay
Right.
General Parlade. And then what happened, sir?
Yes. I confirmed that I sent an email maybe around noon of yesterday. It was an email asking for the complete mailing address of General Parlade in Solcom or South Luzon Command. No? And then at around 4 p.m., he called me up. He introduced himself. It was a very cordial discussion, really. I thank him for clearing the name of our client, Ms. Soberano, because I also told him that I intend to send him a personal letter discussing our position on the matter, and again, reiterating our gratitude for clearing the name of Liza. So that's what happened. It was a very good conversation with
Very
the
clear.
general.
Opo. Attorney, it's very clear that, please correct me na lang if I'm wrong, you were happy with the statement made by General Parlade. Plain and simple.
Speaking as a lawyer, yes, I am. I am.
Okay. But what was Liza Soberano's reaction when she read this statement of General Parlade, sir?
Frankly, I do not have, if you're asking me what is the statement of Liza, I still do not have the reaction of Liza because she's still in the US right now.
So you did not speak to her or her family prior to you emailing General Parlade?
No, there was a group, no, there was a discussion between the members of the group, and I informed them that as counsel for Liza, I will be reaching out to General Parlade to know exactly what is this matter all about. Because for me, I cannot just rely on the information that I read on the internet. So kailangan klaro, and I decided to communicate directly with General Parlade.
Ano pong group? You spoke to the group.
I'm sorry, Pinky, can you please repeat that?
Attorney Lim, ang sabi niyo po, I spoke to the group. Ang sabi niyo po, grupo.
Yes.
Sino ho tong grupo? That's what I heard, sir.
There was a group, but I cannot mention the names. It's a personal chat group involved, including Liza, of course.
So Liza was there in that group, and she agreed for you to reach out to General Parlade. We need to make that clear, sir.
Yes, yes.
Did she want you to reach out to General Parlade, and did she also want herself on her behalf for you to thank him for this clarification or this statement made by General Parlade? Sinabi ho ba niya sa'yo, Attorney, please go ahead and say thank you to General Parlade?
I'm sorry, Karen, but I am not allowed to speak the details of the discussion with my client. I hope you understand.
Okay, so, but she was part of the group, sir.
I'm sorry?
Parte po siya ng grupo na sinasabi niyo kanina. Kasi you said Liza is part of that group that you were referring to, but you don't want to talk about that anymore.
Yes.
I just need to make that clear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Attorney, we just need to take a very short break. We're going to be right back. And we still have Liza Soberano's lawyer, Attorney Juanito Lim. Attorney, so yung statement ho ninyo na pinalabas, you already mentioned there that Liza remains to be apolitical. So why did you release that statement? Was that a reply to General Parlade, or was that a reply on the red tagging of Liza on social media?
It is intended to be a reply on the red tagging incident of Liza.
Okay. So hindi po siya konektado doon, supposed to be, doon sa naging statement ni General Parlade?
Well, konektado naman siya in the sense na kinaklaro lang namin na ang kliyente namin is apolitical, no? She respects the rights or the views of all groups, political views. That's it. In that sense, yes.
Attorney, one last question. She was red tagged after nagsalita po siya dun sa Gabriela Youth. Are there plans for any legal action against those who red tagged her?
Our client has no instructions for that at the moment. Wala pa. But Pinky, can I just say some words about this matter?
Of course, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's be clear, no? The general and I talked. I emailed him. He called me. I'm very happy that it would appear that the government, the AFP, is very responsive to the calls or communications from the civilian sector. I'm very happy about that, no? Liza knows that the interviewer is the Gabriela Youth, but she is not aware that the Gabriela Youth is under the radar or AFP or of some sort, no? Okay. We take note. We take note of the general's advice, all right, unsolicited as it may be. However, we would like everyone to know that Ms. Soberano will continue to exercise her constitutionally protected right to free speech and expression without fear and restraint from anyone. And I wanted that very clear, all right? Lastly, Ms. Soberano remains steadfast in her advocacy of respect for women and children. I just want that to be clear.
Yes, this will not stop her for speaking on women's rights
Definitely.
and children's rights as well, Attorney. Okay, thank you for clarifying that, Attorney Juanito Lim. Maraming salamat po sa inyong oras.
Salamat din po. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb. You're watching CNN Philippines.